So this is my mind map of memory. Memory is the process in which your mind encodes, stores, and retrieves information and data. Encoding is the initial process of recording it, such as like typing on a keyboard or onto your computer. The computer takes those keystrokes and stores them and types them out onto the screen for you. Or talking into a microphone. The microphone takes those audio waves and converts them into electrical impulses. Storing is not just storing the information, but also maintaining it so that when we want, we are able to retrieve it. And retrieval is locating and bringing this information to our awareness so that we can use it. There's three types of memory, and they are sensory, short-term, and long-term. Sensory is the initial storage of information, and it happens in just like an instant. If info doesn't pass through from your sensory memory to your short-term memory, it's not remembered. Now, there's two different ways that sensory memory records, and that's through iconic, which is taking data from your body's visual senses, so your eyes, and echoic, which is taking the data from your ears. Now, using both of these, it's extremely precise, and it kind of helps put them together to build what you want. It's not just what you see, it's what you hear, and your mind puts it together and makes a short memory for it. So short-term doesn't use the raw sensory data like sensory memory. It holds the info for about 20 seconds, and it's limited to holding around 7 chunks of info. And chunks are when stimuli or data is grouped together to be stored as one item in your short-term memory. You can think of chunking kind of like when you split up a password to remember it or something like that, or on the front of a debit and credit card, you'll actually see that the numbers are split up into groups of 4, and this is useful for memorizing it and also so you don't get messed up or you lose your place when you're reading through the numbers. So short-term to long-term, the information or the memories travel from your short-term memory to your long-term memory through rehearsal or repetition. So as the data is repeated or rehearsed, it's maintained in your short-term memory. And if you do that, the more you do that, the more likely it is to move to your long-term memory. Not everything that's rehearsed or repeated moves to your long-term memory. A good way to think about this is kind of to try and remember something that happened to you in elementary school. Can you remember something specific? You might remember a few moments. Now, if I asked you to remember something embarrassing that happened in elementary school, that would be much more easier because after it happens, your body keeps repeating it in your short term, and it repeats it so much it moves into your long term. Your body considers it an important or pivotal moment, even if you don't want to remember it. So long-term and sensory memory work together to create working memory. And this basically takes your new instant data from your senses and also the old data from long-term memory and keeps them both in an active state so we can do something. That's how we interpret tasks. It's, oh, I felt this, and your long-term memory is, oh, you felt this? I know what to do about this. Don't worry. There is two, so long-term memory is data storage that has a nearly unlimited capacity. Info in your long-term memory is filed and coded so that your minds can find it when we need it. Now, some people have issues remembering stuff like this because there's a lot of information in there. You think of everything that's happened to you in your life. So much information in there that no matter how nice you file it, no matter how neat your filing cabinets are, there's a lot of stuff to sort through, so it can take time. There's 2 different types of long-term memory. They're declarative, which is all about your factual information. So that's your dates, your names, events, faces. So pairing up your names to your faces, what events happened on different days and such like that. And procedural memory, which is for skills and habit, which is riding a bike, walking, driving, speaking, writing, typing, and other stuff like that.